You've been faithful. You've prayed. You've worked on yourself. You've watched countless friends walk down the aisle while you're still sitting in the same seat, wondering when your turn will come. Maybe it's been 3 years, maybe 5, maybe even longer. And with each passing year, the question grows louder in your mind. God, why are you making me wait so long? If that's you right now, I need you to hear this. Your waiting is not random. It's not punishment. And it's definitely not because God has forgotten about you. Today, we're going to uncover the profound reasons why God might be asking you to wait years for marriage, and why this season, as painful as it is, might be the greatest gift He could ever give you. First reason: you're being prepared for something greater than you realize. Here's the first truth you need to understand. God's delays are not denials. They're divine preparation. Think about it. Our culture tells us that marriage is the finish line, the ultimate goal that completes us. But God sees marriage very differently. He sees it as a beginning, not an ending. A partnership with eternal purpose, not just personal happiness. And here's what most people don't realize. The strength of any structure depends entirely on the quality of its foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on sand. You can't construct something meant to last a lifetime on a foundation that hasn't been properly prepared. God is using these years to lay an unshakable foundation in your life. He's addressing the insecurities that would breed jealousy in your marriage. He's healing the childhood wounds that would create toxic patterns with your spouse. He's developing the emotional maturity you'll need when conflict inevitably arises. He's not making you wait because He's cruel. He's making you wait because He's thorough. He loves you too much to let you enter the most important human relationship of your life unprepared. The waiting isn't keeping you from the right person. It's keeping the wrong version of you from the right person. Every year you've waited has been removing something that would sabotage your marriage and adding something that will sustain it. The person you are today is not the same person you were when you first started praying for a spouse. And the person you'll be when you finally meet your partner will be even more prepared than you are right now. Trust the process. God is building something in you that will bless not just you, but your future spouse and even your future children. Second reason: your future spouse isn't ready yet. Now here's something we often forget when we're frustrated with the waiting. You're not the only person in this equation. Somewhere out there, God is preparing someone specifically for you. And just as you're going through transformation, so are they. They have their own healing to receive, their own lessons to learn, their own character to develop. Think about the biblical story of Isaac and Rebekah. While Isaac waited, God was orchestrating events hundreds of miles away in Rebekah's life. He was positioning her family, developing her character, preparing her heart, all so that when Abraham's servant arrived, everything would align perfectly. God is the ultimate coordinator. He's not just working on you, He's simultaneously working on your future spouse. And His timing has to account for both journeys. What if your future spouse is currently healing from a devastating heartbreak? What if they're learning crucial lessons from past relationship mistakes? What if they're developing financial stability or emotional intelligence they'll desperately need in your marriage? What if meeting them 3 years ago would have been a disaster because neither of you was ready? What if meeting them next year would create complications because they haven't dealt with something critical yet? God sees what you cannot see. He knows that meeting the right person at the wrong time can be just as devastating as meeting the wrong person. So he coordinates both journeys with perfect precision. Your delay is actually divine synchronization. When you finally meet your spouse, you'll look back and see how God was working on both sides simultaneously. You'll recognize that every year of waiting was necessary for both of you to become who you needed to be. Third reason, God is building your identity and purpose first. Here's the third reason God might be making you wait. He wants you to discover who you are and why you're here before you discover who you'll marry. Our culture has fed us a dangerous lie. We've romanticized the idea of finding our other half, as if we're incomplete fragments desperately searching for wholeness. But that's not God's design at all. You're not half a person waiting for marriage to make you whole. You are a complete individual with unique gifts, divine assignments, and kingdom purposes that have absolutely nothing to do with your relationship status. God often uses singleness strategically. This season, when you're unattached, gives you a level of freedom, focus, and flexibility you'll never have again. You can take risks. You can relocate. You can pour yourself completely into your calling without negotiating with a spouse. Look at the Apostle Paul. He accomplished extraordinary kingdom impact precisely because he wasn't married. He traveled extensively, faced persecution without worrying about leaving a widow behind, took incredible risks, and poured himself completely into his calling. Maybe God is using this season to establish you in your career, to launch that business, to write that book, to build that ministry, to complete that degree, to develop skills you'll use for the rest of your life. These things would be exponentially harder to accomplish if you were simultaneously navigating the beautiful complications of marriage, shared decisions, combined finances, compromised schedules, covenant commitments that rightfully limit your independence. Don't waste your waiting wishing for the next season. Maximize this season by becoming fully who God created you to be. When you eventually marry, you won't bring desperation, neediness, or emptiness into the relationship. You'll bring a fulfilled, purpose-driven, fully developed person. Your spouse won't have to complete you because you'll already be whole. Your marriage will be the beautiful union of two complete individuals on assignment together. A power partnership, not two broken halves clinging to each other for validation they should have found in God. Fourth reason, you're learning contentment that will sustain your marriage. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable but absolutely critical. If you can't be content single, you won't be content married. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me. Contentment isn't circumstantial, it's spiritual. It's not about getting what you want, it's about trusting who God is regardless of what you have. The Apostle Paul wrote these powerful words, "I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances." Notice that word, learned. Contentment isn't natural or automatic. It's developed through experiences that challenge our expectations and test our trust. Here's why this matters for your future marriage. If you enter it believing that a spouse will finally make you happy, you're setting yourself up for devastating disappointment. No human being can carry the weight of being your source of joy, validation, security, and purpose. That's too much pressure for any person or any marriage to bear. When your happiness depends entirely on another imperfect human, what happens when they disappoint you? When they have a bad day? When they can't meet your emotional needs? So God uses the waiting to teach you to find your sufficiency in Him. He becomes your companion in loneliness, your provider when you feel vulnerable, your comforter when you're discouraged, your joy when circumstances don't cooperate. And in this intimate season of dependence, something beautiful happens. You discover that He truly is enough. Not in a theoretical way, but in a deep, experiential way that transforms how you approach everything. When you can worship God in the waiting, you're ready for the blessing you've been waiting for. This doesn't mean you stop desiring marriage. It means your desire for marriage no longer controls you, defines you, or devastates you. You genuinely reach a place where you can say, I want to be married, but I'm okay if I'm not married right now. That's a level of spiritual and emotional maturity that only comes through extended waiting. And it's the foundation that will sustain your marriage through every season, the good, the difficult, and everything in between. Fifth reason, God is protecting you from wrong connections. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. If God had answered some of your previous prayers for relationship, you'd be in a mess right now. Think back. Remember that person you were absolutely convinced was the one. The relationship you begged God to restore. The person you cried over for months. Now, with the clarity that only time and distance provide, can you see how wrong they were for you? Can you spot the red flags you completely ignored? Can you recognize that what you called love was actually infatuation, codependency, or just desperate loneliness? Every closed door was protection. Every unanswered prayer about the wrong person was mercy in disguise. When you've been waiting for years, there's tremendous pressure to compromise. That person who's good enough starts looking really appealing when you're tired of being alone. That relationship with some concerning red flags doesn't seem so bad when you're worried about running out of time. The fear whispers, what if this is as good as it gets? What if no one better comes along? What if I'm being too picky? But God loves you too much to let you settle. He's protecting you from marriages that would drain you, diminish you, or completely derail your destiny. He's shielding you from partners who would bring drama instead of peace, chaos instead of stability, trauma instead of healing. The wrong person at the right time is still the wrong person. And God would rather make you wait for someone who's genuinely right than let you rush into something that merely looks right, but isn't actually aligned with His best for your life. What God is keeping from you is just as important as what He's preparing for you. So when you're tempted to settle, remember, His not yet is protecting you from your why did I? His closed doors today are preventing your heartbreak tomorrow. His delays are His defense against your destruction. Trust His protection. The right person at the right time will be worth every year you waited. Sixth reason, your faith is being developed for what's coming. Here's something powerful to consider. The intensity of your wait often corresponds to the significance of what's coming. Small things come quickly. Extraordinary things require extraordinary preparation. If God is making you wait years, perhaps it's because He's preparing something remarkable, something bigger than just your personal happiness. Think about Abraham and Sarah. God promised them a child, then made them wait 25 years. Not 25 months, 25 years. That's not a delay. That's nearly 3 decades of trusting God when everything in the natural said it was impossible. But through that excruciating wait, God developed their faith to such a level that they became the father and mother of faith for all believers.
Their story has encouraged millions of people across thousands of years, precisely because they endured impossible waiting and still trusted God. Waiting develops spiritual muscles you can't build any other way. It produces patience that can't be rushed, perseverance that can't be faked, character that can't be manufactured, and faith that can't be shaken. Your waiting season might be developing the faith that will sustain you through every challenge your future marriage will face. It might be building the patience you'll need when your spouse drives you crazy. It might be creating the character that will hold your marriage together when feelings fade and commitment is all you have.
Every year you've trusted God despite the silence. You've been building unshakable faith. Every moment you've chosen worship over worry, you've been developing spiritual strength. Every time you've said, "I trust you," when you didn't understand, you've been preparing for something greater. Don't despise the waiting. Embrace it as preparation for greatness. What if God is preparing you for a marriage that will impact generations? What if your relationship will demonstrate His faithfulness to countless people who are watching? What if your story will give hope to others who are also waiting? The faith you're building now isn't just for you. It's for everyone who will witness your story. Your endurance will become someone else's encouragement. Your testimony will become someone else's breakthrough. Seventh reason: God's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't feel like it. We live in an instant gratification culture. We can stream any movie immediately, order any product for next-day delivery, and swipe right for instant connection. We've been conditioned to expect everything now. But God operates on eternal timelines, not human timetables. What seems delayed to you is perfectly timed in His perspective. He sees the complete picture, every variable, every connection, every purpose, and He's orchestrating everything according to His perfect wisdom. Consider Joseph's story. He had prophetic dreams as a teenager, showing he would lead. Then he waited 13 years from dream to fulfillment. 13 years of betrayal, slavery, false accusation, imprisonment, and being forgotten. But those weren't random years. Every experience was strategically positioning him for his purpose. The rejection prepared him for resilience. The slavery taught him humility. The false accusation developed his integrity. The forgotten years created his character. When he finally stepped into his destiny, he wasn't bitter about the wait. He recognized God's hand in every moment. He told his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Right now, God is positioning people you haven't met yet. He's arranging circumstances that haven't developed yet. He's coordinating timing across multiple lives, yours, your future spouse's, and countless others connected to your story. He's moving you geographically to where you need to be. He's developing you professionally to support what's coming. He's connecting you relationally with people who will play crucial roles in your future. Your story is unfolding exactly as it should. The delays you're experiencing aren't random, they're strategic. You're seeing your life from one side of the tapestry. The messy threads, the confusing knots, the seemingly random colors. But God sees it from the other side, where every thread creates a beautiful picture. He sees how this waiting season is weaving something magnificent. When you finally meet your spouse, the timing will be so perfect that you'll recognize God's fingerprints all over it. You'll see how every delay positioned you for that divine appointment. You'll realize that if it had happened even 1 year earlier, it wouldn't have worked. And you'll find yourself grateful, genuinely grateful, for every year you waited, because you'll finally understand that God's timing wasn't just good, it was perfect. Closing, bringing it home. If you're in the waiting season right now, I want to speak directly to your heart. I know you're tired. I know the wait has felt endless. I know you've cried prayers that seemed to hit the ceiling and fall back down unanswered. I know you've wrestled with doubt, battled fear, and fought frustration. I know you've attended weddings while silently wondering when yours would come. I know you've celebrated others' announcements while privately grieving your own silence. I know you've questioned whether you did something wrong or if God has forgotten you. But I need you to hear this truth with everything in you. Your waiting has not been wasted. God has not forgotten you. Your story is not over. It's being written with incredible intentionality. Every day you've waited in faithfulness, God has been working. Not just in visible ways, but in invisible ways that matter even more. He's been healing what needed healing, developing what needed developing, and preparing what needed preparing. He's not withholding good from you. He's preparing the absolute best for you. He's not punishing you. He's positioning you. He's not ignoring you. He's refining you. So while you wait, I want to encourage you to live fully. Don't put your life on pause until marriage comes. Pursue your purpose with passion. Develop deep, meaningful friendships. Serve with excellence. Grow in character. Worship with abandon. Build the life that will bless your future spouse when God brings them into your story. Become the person your future partner is praying for. Create the foundation that will sustain a remarkable marriage. And most importantly, fall more deeply in love with Jesus. Let him be your first love, your greatest treasure, your ultimate satisfaction. Let this season of waiting draw you closer to him than you've ever been. Because when marriage finally comes, and it will come, it will be the beautiful addition to an already full life, not the missing piece that finally makes you complete. Your wait has a purpose. Your story has a plan. And your God has perfect timing. The same God who has faithfully carried you through every year of waiting will be faithful to complete what he started. He hasn't brought you this far to abandon you now. Trust him in the waiting. Honor him with your faithfulness. Worship him despite your circumstances, because he's doing something in you and for you that will absolutely blow your mind when you finally see it. And when your time comes, and I promise you, it will come, you'll look back on this season with tears of gratitude. You'll see that every single day of waiting was preparing you for everything you're about to receive. Your story isn't over. In fact, the best chapters haven't even been written yet. The waiting is simply the setup for a testimony that will encourage countless others. So keep believing, keep trusting, keep waiting well. Keep your eyes on the one who holds your future. The same God who makes flowers bloom in spring after a long winter is the same God who's preparing your season of blossoming. And when it comes, it will be worth every moment you waited. Your wait is not wasted. Your story is still being written. Trust His timing. Don't waste your waiting wishing for the next season. Maximize this season by becoming fully who God created you to be. If you made it this far, like, subscribe, and comment where you're watching from. May God bless you in this season of waiting.